Hi, I'm Cathy Thomas. I'm welcoming Chop Champion Paul Cow, Executive Chef of Burnt Crumbs in Irvine. Generously, Chef will share the secrets of his wiggly jiggly souffle pancakes. Welcome, Chef. I'm so glad you're here and you're going to show us how to make these wiggly jiggly pancakes.
Well, thanks for having me back. I remember I came back a few years ago and showed you how to make avocado toast.
Oh, so
I'm
good.
excited to show you how to do these pancakes of ours.
All right, is it difficult?
It seems really, really simple, but they're incredibly temperamental. So, no, they're freaking hard.
All right, let's see how.
Okay, we'll start with eggs. I like to just crack all my eggs first, and then I'll remove them individually afterwards rather than doing the flip-flop. I mean, we're cracking over 1,000 of these eggs a week and separating them, so we had to figure out ways to do it a lot quicker. So the whites, we'll put in the machine, and we'll fluff them up in a second. But first, for the actual batter with the yolks, all it is the 4 egg yolks. I'll just start whisking. So a little bit of milk and vanilla extract.
Is it important that the eggs are at room temp?
We find that to be the best. One of the key ingredients is Japanese cake flour. Much different than American cake flour. It's definitely way softer. It seems way finer than what we're used to here. Protein levels and gluten levels are completely different. Unlike our pancake batter where we kind of want to keep lumps in there, I will kind of work it a little bit more and get some of the little clumps out. I'll let it kind of rest to the side for a few minutes. Actually, you can even make this like a day in advance.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and start whisking our egg whites.
All right.
Some really fine sugar, a little cream of tartar. Here's the big secret that everybody messes up on, okay? Number one, you want to just always start low, right? To kind of start incorporating it, right? But I think the biggest mistake that people make is they'll just crank it all the way up.
Right.
They'll crank it to 10, you'll get stiff peaks really fast, but I did a lot of homework on this. And from my belief is that it's too fast, and you're creating the structures of the egg whites and the sugar to create a very stable structure. When you're cranking it all the way up to number 10 at the beginning, you're actually doing more damage to the actual like meringue texture.
Right.
So you want to go like medium high. And so we'll let those go until they get pretty stiff peaks, and we'll check it out when it gets closer.
So they start out foamy, and then they get stiffer and stiffer.
Yeah, so you're actually unwinding all the proteins in the eggs. And actually the sugars attach them and help create the new structure with the unwinded proteins. And that's why you can get egg whites, which are seemingly nothing, into gigantic volume. So you see how they're starting to fluff up right here, and they look totally different. Now is actually the time I would crank it up and incorporate a little bit more air.
So I would say when it's just starting to stiffen is when you crank it up.
Correct. So that's about ready.
If you beat egg whites too much, they start falling apart and
Yeah,
they don't work anymore.
Yeah. I just pour the batter right into the egg whites.
Heavy and light.
Now here's the key part of this. You gotta fold it gently. I'm not a baker, I'm not traditionally a baker, I'm not in pastries. This part was hard for me. You know, we cooks tend to just go at it and just get it together. So this part takes a lot of practice. It's just folding. Folding gently, bringing it back to the middle.
You want to keep the volume.
Yeah, you want to keep the volume.
And yet you want it completely incorporated.
Exactly. And from here, I like to just kind of clean the bowl up, get all my batter onto one side like that. Just makes scooping a lot easier once we put it on the griddle.
This is the king of Japanese griddles.
Yeah, it's been the one piece of equipment that I found to be most effective and useful in terms of making these souffle pancakes. You're looking for something around 360 to 390. Got a nice slab of butter and bottom. And then from here, I just scoop.
So you're using a large ice cream scoop.
Large ice cream scoop, yeah. 1 scoop as my base. And then I'll come back and I'll
Oh, really?
stack them.
Never would have thought of that.
Yeah, this I've seen a bunch of videos and other people pipe it into or put it into a piping bag and they'll pipe it out. For me, just been the most efficient way was just to do these double scoops. They look like two scoops on top of each other. So my little trick is I'll pat them down gently and I'll just kind of erase the seam line.
How many tries, Chef, before you got this recipe correct?
So before COVID, that was my big project. I got really obsessed with this. I saw a bunch of these pancakes on Instagram. They were jiggling, everyone's jiggling them and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, just like everybody else, I thought, oh, they gotta be easy. You just separate the egg whites and the yolks and come on, how hard can it be? So I just tried to do it my way. I didn't even look at any recipes. Just complete failure, like failure. I was losing it because it would work sometimes and it wouldn't work. Then I just broke down the whole recipe. So I broke down every ingredient and what it does to a pancake. And then that's where I tweaked it and came up with my own recipe.
And you're sharing with us today.
Yeah,
this super secret information.
It's really simple. There's only a few ingredients, but again, like it's all technique, and you just gotta make them 10,000 times and become second nature. When we launched them and we started at the restaurant, I think it's definitely a wow factor. The best part has been like people have been coming back because they genuinely like them and they taste good. So for me, that's cool. But I like that people come back because it tastes good. All right, so I think these bad boys are ready to flip. I just do a little roll.
Look at that.
We'll just go for a couple more minutes. This is our strawberry sauce. This is just cooked down strawberries, sugar, and a splash of lemon juice. And then we'll serve it with a couple fresh strawberries. And sometimes we get funky and we do a play on Nashville hot chicken or chicken and waffles, and we do like a cookies and cream flavor, serve with some cookies and cream ice cream. We've done my mom's favorite candy in the world, which is almond roca.
Yum.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Nice.
They're amazing.
I'll take the prettiest ones. We'll go here. We'll do a double stack, so they're like this.
Wiggly jiggly.
You want to jiggle? You want to jiggle?
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Oh, jiggle. There you go.
All right, is there some whipped cream involved in this?
And this is our strawberry whipped cream. Heavy cream, whip really slowly with the sugar, strawberry extract, and a couple drops of food coloring. It kind of just glazes and oozes over, kind of like donuts you see in The Simpsons. Yeah. And a little bit of powdered sugar.
Beautiful, Chef. I feel very, very happy. And a splendid thing that you've done sharing this with me today.
No problem at all.
Thank you so much.
No problem at all.
Chef. Here's a quick tip from Melissa's. At our house, we call slabs of roasted cauliflower vegetarian steaks. They are a welcome steam roast treat, especially when the vegan branch of the family visits. First, they steam under a foil blanket in a scorching hot 500-degree oven. Then they're roasted to create lovely caramelization on the exteriors. A vibrant Italian-style salsa verde accompanies the tasty slabs. Italian salsa verde is a tangy, herb-packed green sauce. It's a blend of parsley, mint, garlic, vinegar, oil, and capers, a mix that adds an alluring, herbaceous spark. It's also scrumptious, drizzled on grilled beefsteak or eggs or other roasted vegetables.